Today, we're trying out CatLABs Color 100. CatLABs claims that this is a new emulsion made just for them, while others on the internet, they seem to argue that it's Kodak Aero Color 4. Either way, I was curious to see if this would be my brand new go-to film stock. Eager to go shoot, I grabbed my Nikon F2 and hit the beach. It's one of those late winter days where the sun finally breaks through the clouds. Expecting these sunny conditions to complement this low ISO film, I ran over to Owen Beach at Point Defiance Park. I was pretty hesitant about shooting here though, because I feel when I do shoot here, I'm never capturing anything original or anything that I actually like. After seeing these results, all I have to say is the photos are fine, the compositions are weak, and the color blue is prominent. Hoping for some better results though, I ran into the forest. I really like this photo and its complementary colors. The red of the bark and the blue of the sky really make for a vibrant, saturated photo, but it's not in your face. From the woods, I'd make my way over to the Point Ruston waterfront, where I'd stop over at the Frank Herbert Trail. Who is Frank Herbert? Well, he's the author of Dune. Don't worry, there's no sandworms here at this trail, but there is probably spice. Just be careful what you touch. Enough Dune talk. You get plenty of that on other YouTube channels. For us, let's get back to the views of the mountain, and as well, let's load up a second roll of CatLABs Color 100. The second roll of CatLABs Color 100 though, be in medium format. So I take that 120 roll and load it up into my Mamiya RB67 and pair it up with my 180mm f4.5. I ended up taking the same photo twice here with the Mamiya. One at f4.5 and one at f45. The f4.5 definitely has better vibrance in my opinion, but the f45 has better clarity. From Point Ruston, I grabbed Clara and we headed to the west side of Tacoma, where she'd let me know what most people think about me when they see me out and about with all my camera gear.
I would cross the street if I saw you.
Day Island! Blah, 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 blah!
Pew 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 pew.
So what can I say about CatLABs Color 100 so far? Well, it excels with blues and reds. It saturates the skies and it adds a solid red tone to both the plant life and the soil. This color profile, it doesn't match my style of shooting that I do here in the Pacific Northwest, but I could definitely see myself using it if I was down in the desert again. Take these photos for example. I love the compositions, but I wish I just shot them with Kodak Color Plus. I will say, the muted oranges this film stock produces are really nice, as you can see in the photo of the Carmen Gia. Thirsty from a photo-filled day, Claire and I ran to get a pint.
Try that. That's good.
I brought my Mamiya RB67 into the pub to assert my photographic dominance, as well to let people know that my hobby definitely isn't a burden on my body. Of course, one camera is never enough, so I grabbed a third roll of CatLABs Color 100 and loaded it up into my Fuji Cardia Hite date. I was curious to see how the point and shoot would compare to the Nikon F2 as well as the Mamiya RB67, seeing that this camera is fully automatic and I couldn't f it up. Well, I mean I could. I always could. When it comes to metering, I tend to overexpose, so using a point and shoot where it thinks it knows best would be an interesting comparison. As well, be a nice refreshing break. Just let the camera do the work. So comparing these 35mm shots to the medium format shots, we can tell that there's some color discrepancies going on. I'm not too sure if this is a difference in negative size or if this was a difference in metering, but then again, there was an issue that happened later on, which I think is the main culprit. As the sun began to set, those warm Actar-like tones came out and made for some interesting portraits, as well some lovely golden hour shots. Maybe shooting this film stock during high noon was a mistake. The next day, Claire and I had a birthday party to attend to, and as much as I wanted to bring the RB67 with me, I ended up bringing the Fuji Cardia Hite date.
Did you tape over the record thing? The light?
Yeah, I did. The shots I took during the day came out to be nothing special, but the shots I took at night with the flash, I like those. I like those quite a bit. I just wish I took more photos at night with the flash now. Really enjoying that this was the first sunny weekend in months, me and Claire decided to take a hike today. Are you ready to hike?
Yeah, only if I get to be the caboose.
Jesus. Before even hitting the trail though, my Mamiya RB67 completely locked up on me, and the shutter wouldn't fire. I had to dismantle the camera in the back of my car to figure out what was going on with it. And eventually I found out I had to just basically take the lens off and adjust the prongs in the back of the lens to fire the shutter. Unfortunately, I think it's just time to CLA the RB67. As well, when I took the film back off this camera to assess it, I don't think we can say this is an accurate roll of CatLABs Color 100 in medium format, because I got light leaks on it. I think the light seals on this film back are just completely gone, and when it's pressed against the camera body, it can do okay, but when I took it off the actual camera, it just exposed this film to excess amounts of light. I haven't actually used my Mamiya RB67 since this outing, and I'm actually a little nervous too because I don't want anything to go wrong on it even more so. As well, I'm just hoping I'm actually wrong and that I just screwed up this roll myself and that the camera's not actually broken, because I don't really want to spend a couple $100 on getting it fixed.
I always just thought it was just the creek where people would skimboard and get faced. Apparently, there's real nature here.
Anyways, the roll of 120 was complete, so I grabbed the Nikon F2 and hit the trail with Clara, seeing if I could finish up this roll as well. I found the thirst trap tree. After our hike, Claire and I went off to explore the town of Stillicum, but instead of the Nikon, I brought the Fuji with me. When leaving town though, I pulled over and grabbed the Nikon and the Fuji, and did some comparison side-by-side shots. I think I like the more airy photos I took with the Nikon, versus the more stopped down and detailed versions taken with the point and shoot. This little comparison ended up using the rest of the film up in the Nikon, but I still had a couple shots left on the Fuji. After this weekend though, I kinda hit a slump with this project and didn't really pick up the camera too often to go shoot. I ended up bringing it out with me, but I only really fired a couple shots at a bar one night. Spring eventually made its way here into the PNW. And how do I know that? Well, the cherry blossoms arrived here at University of Washington. As well, so did all the tourists. These photos came out looking kinda good. But I have to say, the weird glow coming off the cherry blossoms, I don't know if I like that or not. If I have to do a comparison about my shots from this year and last year, this year being the CatLABs Color 100 and last year being the Ilford HP5 push 2 stops, I think I preferred the HP5. With the roll in the Fuji now spent, I decided on loading up one more roll of CatLABs Color 100. This time, it'd be a medium format roll, and I'd be loading it up into my Bronica S2 paired with a 75mm f2.8 with a 645 back.
Ready to drink.
This combination worked wonders. And no, I'm not talking about the cocktails in photography. I'm talking about the Bronica S2 and the CatLABs Color.
Guess what? I paid off my credit card today.
Now repeat all your digits on the front and the back of your card for every
No!
I do have to admit though, that was a pretty good cocktail. Now with a slight buzz, Claire and I decided to go explore South Tacoma Way before getting dinner. The next night, Claire and I made our way back to South Tacoma Way. But tonight, it was the Tacoma Photo Center's first anniversary. Sorry for getting this footage up late, guys. I've been lazy. After a lovely night of hanging out with everyone, it's time to head out, but not before capturing a neon sign with the Bronica. Unfortunately though, this photo I actually really liked was the victim of overlapping frames. This 645 back is a bit temperamental, because this isn't the first time it's done this to me. Unfortunately, in the last third of a roll, it tends to slip and produce some overlapping frames. Now unsure of how many shots I had left on this roll, I decided to bring it along with me on a walk with Finn, just to finish it up. So, how many shots did I have left? I had one, just one.
Do you want to keep going? Or do you want to go home? What do you want to do? You want to keep going? Okay, we can keep going. You good boy?
So, final thoughts on CatLABs Color 100. This is a really interesting film stock, I think. Because at 100 ISO, I hated everything I took in the midday lighting. But everything at golden hour or at night, I really liked. Honestly, I'm not too sure if I'd actually pick it up again and shoot it, but if I would, I'd actually develop it in E6 rather than C41 chemicals. Because this film stock actually has a clear emulsion base, so apparently it's pretty good for slide film. Then again, if I were to shoot CatLABs Color 100 again, which camera would I sacrifice? Because 2 out of my 4 cameras had issues while shooting with it. I honestly don't know if I could afford another camera going down on me. Well, maybe if I actually serviced my cameras, instead of just thinking that everything's okay with my 40-plus-year-old cameras, I wouldn't have had these issues from the get-go. Well, maybe I'll actually learn from this experience. Or maybe I won't, and this channel will just turn into me sitting around all my broken cameras.